Hi everybody, Snowman Inc. here. This is my first video, and well, I would like to tell you about my choices for top 5 albums of 2016. I'm gonna make another video of many other albums that I thought were very good this year too, but this one is my top 5 picks for this year, and in my opinion, this year definitely belonged, excuse me, to the veterans of thrash metal. Um, I'll just look at the names of bands that released albums: Destruction, Testament, Protector, Megadeth, Metallica, uh, Death Angel. The list goes on and on. But I just feel like this year belonged to the veterans of thrash. The death metal could have been better, in my opinion. It just seemed like all the new bands are trying to either out sludge or out speed each other, and I didn't grow up liking that. I grew up liking the traditional death metal of the D beat and the occasional breakdown and things like that, which is why I just nothing really of death metal impressed me too much. There are bands that made or albums that made the other list of this video, but just overall nothing impressed me. But what did impress me a lot was the label the Crypt / Dark Symphonies. They released so many obscure bands on both CD and vinyl, limited to 1,000. I picked up many of them, which I will show in another video as well. I'm not endorsed by the Crypt or Dark Symphonies at all. It's just my honest opinion. Yeah, I just think Ted Crypt is doing a great job, phenomenal job, as a matter of fact. And well, I think I've talked enough about other things. Let's get right to the meat of the potato. Let's get right to the top 5. My number 5 choice for this year was Protector, Cursed and Coronated. Uh, I own this on both CD and gold vinyl. I keep it in the package. I don't play my vinyl, I just collect it. Many call that a sin, but I don't care. Yeah, this Protector, they made my top album of 2013 with their comeback album, Reanimated Homunculus. And this album is just phenomenal. Once again, done at Sunlight, and once again, the cover art is done by Necrolord. And it's phenomenal death thrash. That's exactly what it is. Phenomenal death thrash. You're not going to get many surprises with Protector, which is why I like them so much. They're just consistent, 100% consistent. I now own their entire discography thanks to High Roller Records on CD, and I have an original press of A Shedding of Skin, and I have a collection of their CDs which was not remastered. So it's just I'm really lucky to own the Protector stuff. This was my number 5 choice: Protector, Cursed, and Coronated. If you like Death Thrash, if you like Protector, I highly recommend this. Yeah, there's nothing much to say. I highly recommend it, and I'm honored to own both of these thanks to Hell's Headbangers Records. Even though they're not on Hell's Headbangers Records, they're on High Roller, but that's where I got this stuff from. So yeah. My number 4 album was an album that grew on me immediately. That took a little time to grow on me, but I'm really glad it did because it is phenomenal, and that is the Flotsam and Jetsam self-titled album that comes in at number 4. I was very disappointed with Ugly Noise back in 2012. Very disappointed. So going into this, I didn't really have high expectations at all. Even though The Cold was my favorite album from 2010, man, what a great album that was, flawless. And yeah, just this as well. This is just a really flawless album. Well, not flawless. There are a couple of songs that I don't like, but I owned it on Digipack CD and double gold vinyl. Once again, sealed for whatever, sealed. And yeah, I really like this album. If you like Flotsam Jetsam, I highly recommend this. It is a phenomenal record. I highly recommend this if you're a Flotsam Jetsam fan, or if you're just a fan of thrash metal. It's just Flotsam Jetsam are another band that overall consistent. They made a few stinkers, but who doesn't? And Negative and Destruction, they don't. What? Who said that? Yeah, and this album is just amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it. I listen to the CD all the time. The vinyl is going to stay sealed. That is my number 4 from 2016. Number 3 is another veteran of thrash, and that is Testament. I own the bicolor vinyl and the European jewel case. This album is just another Testament album Testament. There's a band that hasn't released a bad album, in my opinion. Testament have not released a bad album. Some are better than others, of course. You're gonna get that with everybody. Some are better than others, but you know what? Overall, every Testament album is really, really good, and this is no exception. No ballads on this one, which I was very, very pleased with, because when Testament make a ballad, boy, do they make a ballad. Ooh. And yeah, this is just a phenomenal album. You like Testament, you like Bay Area thrash, you like thrash and all. Just pick this album up. You won't regret it. This album, from start to finish, is just amazing. Yeah, another veteran of thrash that made my top 5. What a surprise. Number 2, for the people who know me, this will come as absolutely no surprise. Megadeth, Dystopia. I own it on black vinyl and U.S. jewel case CD. But once again, as I said, anybody who knows me will absolutely be not surprised at all that Megadeth made my number 2. I loved the album Super Collider, just because I'm a diehard Droogie. So this album is one up, I think, because of the heaviness and the just the going back to the roots. And yeah, this album is just really, really great. Can't really say much. Don't really need to say much about it. It's Megadeth. So new lineup here that I wasn't really pleased with. In fact, this is my least favorite Megadeth lineup of Dave Mustaine, Kiko, whatever his last name is, David Ellefson, and Chris Adler from Lamb of God on drums. I really don't like this lineup. Like I said, it's my least favorite lineup, but they made a killer record, so I can't begrudge them that much. They made the second best album of 2016, in my opinion, so how could I be mad at them? So yeah, that is number 2, Megadeth with Dystopia. Phenomenal record. Yeah, that's all I need to say about Megadeth. And my number 1 pick will surprise absolutely no one. It sure didn't surprise me. And that is Destruction, Under Attack. As everyone who knows me knows, I'm a diehard Destruction fan. I'm a Destruction collector, which you will see in a couple of minutes here. I own every pressing on this vinyl or album of this on vinyl except one. Here is the European Digipack. This album, just from start to finish, phenomenal. It's their best album since, well, Spiritual Genocide. I love Destruction, and I love this album. They just did a great job. Went back to VO Pulver for the producing, and I think it was a great idea. It's just an awesome, awesome album. I love it. My number one choice, surprises no one. I have it here, as you can see here, black vinyl, European Digipack CD. US jewel case. Yellow vinyl. Finally, red vinyl. All sealed. Never to be opened. To be played. Unless the person who I give it to when I pass away decides to play it. So, yeah. That was my top 5 of 2016. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, I am going to make another video with just albums that other albums that I thought were phenomenal from this year. I hope you enjoyed it. As again, my opinions are that of my own. I'm not trying to persuade anybody to do anything they don't want to do. Just giving my opinions. You take care.